Hi guys, have you ever wondered whether Swordigo and Grimvalor's worlds are linked in any way? No? Well, I'm going to tell you anyway. Get ready to have your mind blown.
What?
You may already know that Swordigo was made by Touchfu, a Finnish developer that expanded in 2018-ish to form Dialight, who then made Grimvalor. Now, I love Grimvalor. It's like Swordigo made Sweet Love with Dark Souls and made this beautiful, deadly baby. Playing the two games, you can tell they were made by the same folks. I mean, the viewpoint is the same, the platforming feels super fluid. They both have these epic boss fights, plus some puzzles thrown in here and there. But I wondered, are their worlds, their universes, their stories connected in any way? Well, at first glance, the worlds are completely different, like chalk and cheese. Swordigo has its lush green grasslands, all fresh and clean, whilst Grimvalor's a dark, nightmarish, gothic hellhole, like my bathroom. The locals are also just a little bit angrier than the little cutesies in Swordigo. So, is there any connection at all, or am I just talking crap again? Well, there's certainly nothing in the early acts of Grimvalor to suggest the link. I mean, none of the dialogue mentions Swordigo early on. There's no clues in the cutscenes, no real similarities in the bosses either. The Shattered Rift and the Cave of the Corrupt in the early acts have these dark trawler things, which remind me of the nice folks in World's End Keep a bit, but I mean, it's hardly anything to set your pants on fire. It doesn't really prove too much. But when you get to Act 3, if you pay attention, you can spot a few things. Alicia, out of nowhere, drops this in. It's the same hero we all know and love, the guy who smacked the final boss in Swordigo and saved the kingdom of Florenum. Alicia wished the history of Florenum was better known. So, is it possible that Swordigo is Grimvalor's history? Well, let's take a look for the clues. So, straight away you have to make your way through the Withered Plains in Act 3, which could be the plains from Swordigo, just a bit more withered-ier, maybe? Then we go through King's World again, Act 3. Is the same King's Road we run through in Swordigo, maybe? I mean, they look pretty different, but who knows? You've then got Eastern Guard Tower. This is also a repeat from Swordigo. These places actually have some resemblances, I guess, though Grimm's Tower has had a few more floors put in. I mean, all these might just be coincidences though, right? I mean, it's possible for two different places to happen to both be called King's Road or Guard's Tower. Well, no, because later in Act 3 we make it here. The sewers of Florenum. So it's no bloody coincidence at all. we're stood in the same sewers we ran through years ago, only it's gone even more down the toilet. The sewers in Grimvalor's world are a little bit shadier and probably a bit stinkier, I reckon. But it's the same place. I mean, it's called the Sewers of Florenum. So it's confirmed Grimvalor is Swordigo's future self, hundreds, perhaps thousands of years after Swordigo's hero saves the day. But what happened? I mean, how does Swordigo's innocent green vistas become a nightmarish evil cesspit? I mean, it could be that the King of Florenum is the culprit. He certainly seems a bit of a douche in Swordigo, and it's clear from Grimvalor's narrative that a king lies at the heart of all the corruption and all of the other crap that's going on. Could it be that the fresh-faced King of Florenum just has a bad turn and slowly spirals into the madman that comes to be known as King Valor? Well, actually, nah. You see, if you look really hard again in Act 3, Grimvalor, you'll find Swordigo's king is in Grimvalor, but he's not looking too pretty. Turns out he's stuck in, potentially, the same cell we left him in all those years ago. We basically saved the world and then forgot to go back and let the guy out that put us on the right course in the first place. Now, we can't be sure if he just starved. Or if maybe the new king on the block busted a cap in his back. But the king in Swordigo is definitely not to blame for everything going south in Florenum. The poor bloke ended up on his own, face down in a cold cell. In any case, if you didn't know that Swordigo's world and Grimvalor's world are one and the same, at least partly, well, now you know. So there you have it. Do you have any theories about how Swordigo's world got corrupted, or do you think I'm still talking rubbish? Let me know in the comments, and if you liked hearing about stuff like this, please consider subbing. Stay safe.